Hello,
Hello, hello.
hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? If you can hear us live, can you type in, HP? HP stands for handsome and pretty. I shouldn't have start off with such a interesting comment. Seems like oh yes, thank you so much,
Yeah, we have
Rui.
replies.
Okay, hello. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, today I'm so excited, because do you know why now, Isabella? You know why I'm so
Why?
excited? Because last week, right?
Because you are here to see me, right? Mm.
That's part of the reason. You shouldn't tell them so fast. Okay, but that's definitely one of the key reason. Okay, but last week I was watching Chloe and Pete. Then I wasn't able to join. But actually after that I managed to just sneak in and try to watch. But of course I think this week even more special because without Chloe, right, I think the whole show, wow, suddenly I feel so refreshed. Somebody new. Okay, but anyway, for those of you I think who have not seen Isabella, she is not new. She's actually super experienced investor. So actually this week I'm a little bit scared also because I don't know, what bullet you have against me.
Don't worry, you will see.
Okay, so anyway, I think today the key topic is going to be on this thing called communication. So each of us have actually picked a stock that has got to be related to this. And of course, as always, at the end of this session, there will be a winner and there will be a loser. Right. So very importantly, later all of you, right, you all need to stay all the way till the end because right, what we will do at the end will be in your hand. Okay, so very importantly, I think you all want to see a pretty girl dance, right, or sing song, right? Yeah, that's where you all need to stay on all the way until the end.
Wow, Bowen, you're so sure. You're so sure that you'll be the one winning it at the end of the day.
I'm not sure, lah. I'm not too sure, lah, to be honest. Yeah, actually, I'm quite nervous. I'm not sure if you can feel that. I'm very nervous, right? Yeah, but of course, I think today we make it even more exciting because the last time round, right, whoever speak first is actually pre-arranged. But this time round, we want to actually give the audience, the chance to pick who you all want to listen first, right? So shall we actually let them choose who to actually present first? So if you all want Isabella to present first, you all can type I. You all want me to type first, or not type first, share first, you all can type B. Then we can see if there's more I, then you start first. If there's more B, then I will start first.
Okay, let us know. Type in the chat, let us know.
Bowen new darling, wow. Eddie, this Eddie. Don't tell Chloe because later Chloe jealous. Anything except Singtel, don't worry. At least for me, it's not going to be Singtel. I'm not sure about Isabella. Isabella, are you talking about Singtel?
No, unfortunately not. I think the stock company that I'm actually be talking today is a bit controversial, I suppose. I guess people in my community would probably have guessed what is the particular stock that I am going to talk about because I've been talking a lot about it recently.
Okay.
So those who have followed me and have been hearing my webinars, my sharing session for the past 1 to 2 weeks, let me know in the chat whether you think what would be the stock that I'll be talking today.
Somebody type Meta. Is it Meta?
Meta. But Meta is not that it's not communication.
Meta is not communication. Disney. Somebody type DIS. Okay lah. Later I think it's like disclose because I think everybody want you to go first. It seems like 90% of people have nine. There's only a couple of
Can lah. Without further ado, let me just share what I'm going to talk about. Like what Calvin, Nicholas, Kel also mentioned is all it's going to be start with D. And look at the shirt. Oh, I'm actually sitting down. The shirt that I'm wearing. What's this? Oh, it's a bit blur. It's a Mickey Mouse. So, when it comes to Mickey Mouse, there's only one company that you can think of when it comes to Mickey Mouse, right? Which is like what you all say, drum roll. Disney lah, for sure, right? So,
yeah,
without further ado, we
how
have
come Disney? It's communication. What's the link?
Aha. So that's a very exciting part. So this initially I didn't know that Disney is under communication until I went to search, So apparently Disney has been added into the communication sector for the S&P 500. It's been incorporated. So in Disney also, right, we're talking about Disney as a mass market, as a mass media market as well. They have a lot of different channels. That is also why, in communication wise, Disney is part of it. It's not the very mainstream telecommunications that you would think about. AT&T is not that kind of very mainstream. Singtel, StarHub, all those, but rather like what Kevin said, is actually one of the stock that I particularly paid a lot of attention or interest recently. And for those of you guys online here with us, and I will share with you why this particular stock so exciting, so interesting at the end of the day. All right, very interesting. So remember the word for me, yeah. Remember the word for me. Although I'm going first, but remember the word for me because there's a lot of things I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm going to tell you a secret at the end of the day. So stay with
Think
me.
of to
Let
choose the forfeit first, before we start.
I no need to
Oh,
choose the forfeit first because I'm pretty sure that I I I will win. I
yeah.
should think of forfeit for you rather than what's the forfeit that I'm going to actually play at the end of the day.
Okay. Then we do something super easy lah. I mean, since you think you are going to win, then basically maybe we'll do five, weird poses with our face lah.
Oh, can.
Yeah,
Easy
easy.
peasy. Easy
Okay.
peasy. I think ultimately, win lose, win lose. Okay, let me share. Oh, like what Eddie actually mentioned, Disney USA parks like Ghost Town, everyone dumping. You will see. You will see. Okay, so without further ado, let me just play. All right. my share my screen as well. Are you guys seeing my screen already?
Yep.
All right. In any instances, if
It's
my
not full
screen
screen.
goes off, oh, it's not full screen, huh? Uh, okay. Oh, wait. Why is it not full screen? Let me just share. You share it.
Oh, minus point already. Because you don't know how to use.
Hey, it's not like that one, okay? I'm giving a lot of value here. Okay, is it full screen already?
Still loading. Still loading. Yes. Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So look at Disney, right? It's so magical. It's a lot of magic inside. It's not going to change your mind of how the Disney company is actually being run. And in recent times, right, we do know that Disney is on a downward trend, and that is precisely what I really, really love about Disney. At the end of the day, because like what Warren Buffett actually mentioned, within every crisis is an opportunity. And for us as investors, when we want to look at Disney as a company, is it a company worth our time, worth our effort, worth our energy to even invest in it? You want to look at the business model. All right. And this is also why I deserve the vote because it is a very, 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 very good time for us to really, really consider. All right. So, how many of you guys actually knows any of these pictures here? The Mickey Mouse, have been to Tokyo Disneyland, been to Tokyo Disney Sea, know what's about, heard about it, and join the rides inside Disneyland Disney Sea. Or even what's accompanying us for our childhood, Lion Kings, right? And there are a lot of cartoons that we have watched growing up. Or even for the adults, Marvel is one of them, right? How many of you guys actually heard about it, watched it, and in any instances in the future, should Disney come up with another film, who is going to go and watch? Who is willing to go out and watch? If Lion King is coming down to Singapore to have another show, who wants or who is willing to go and watch? Will you bring your kids to go and watch? Frozen coming back to Singapore. Are you going to bring your kids to go and watch? Right? Marvels has always been a box office blockbusters. There's a lot of hype in all these movies, shows, theaters, and all these right are revenues for Disney. Because why? Other companies bought the patents to actually to redo, to revamp, and to film to actually carry out the show in Singapore. Why particularly Disneyland, Disney Sea as well that I'm actually talking about? Because for me, I'm actually planning my next trip to Tokyo as well. So, and my friend says that we must go to Disneyland, we must go to Disney Sea. So, in the instances, Disney itself has brought in such a strong branding. Although currently, right now, probably maybe you're right that I don't know whether US or Disneyland is actually not doing very well or not. But if we are looking at the thing as a whole, rather as a one situational point, do you ever foresee Disneyland shutting down? Like what Warren Buffett actually mentioned as well, Disneyland over 10 years, right? For the next 10 years, do you expect Disneyland to disappear? All right. Am I comfortable with Disneyland being there, let alone the daily fluctuation on the stock market? The answer is so confident in it because Disney has built in such a branding power, right? And of course, in terms of investing wise, you don't want to really love the stock, love the company. You want to understand what is the business model of the company at the end of the day. That's the most important. And talking about which, Bob Iger, right? We talk about Bob Iger. Bob Iger has went into retirement, being a CEO of Disney for more than 15 years. He went to retirement, and because Disney has landed itself in this current state, Bob Iger has came back from a massive. He used to be a very massive business buyer. The latest news of we saw in Disney has been pretty much on the negative side, right? It's looking at selling part and portion of Disney businesses at this particular point of time. But no matter, in terms of Disney as a company, we look at Disney as a network media, super strong network. He has a lot of parks, resorts, even want to building more, got studio entertainment, consumer products, and even interactive media. Right? The business model is very, very wide, but it's very much um, focused on scaling, focused on branding the Disney characters, the Disney businesses, the Disney ideology. All right. And I really love it because they have actually been around for the past decade, more than past decade already, right? It's been here for so long and been through so many different financial crises. The target audience of Disney is so wide. We can't expect everybody to buy in our business. But Disney, look at how it's actually working. Disney's the target audience of Disney is a mass market. They don't, not that they don't really care, but rather they want to target in particularly families, kids and young people. But at the same time, the businesses that they have actually purchased has actually broadened their perspective to look at the mass market itself. For me, single available. But you see, at the end of the day, I still like Disney because of the theme parks. I don't need to be a young person, or I don't need to be a children. I don't need to be, I don't need to be super enthusiastic about their theme parks. But for me, would I want to go to the theme parks when I'm in Tokyo? The answer is easily yes, lah, because it's fun. If I'm there with friends, why not, right? It's built such an intangible branding already for Disneyland or even Disney Sea. And I love it. Their slogans and the tagline is super good. They are talking about where dreams come true. Disney has built up a very solid portfolio, a solid branding. And who can guess where or what's possible if without Disney, right? The founder of Disney built dreams based on his dreams. All right, and that dream came true for him. That came true for us to realize, to immerse ourselves in something so magical, something that is beyond what we can imagine. So moving forward, Disney has actually mentioned that they want to go into the AI component as well. They're talking about they talking about how to make things 3D lah, mock lah, more all those technological stuff. They are trying to inculcate an experience for theme park goers to really experience, to really be able to immerse themselves in the culture, in the magical aspects, right? So they talk about the magic is really endless. The magic is only where you determine what is the ending to it. You are the one, or rather, we are the one who keeps ourselves, even in life, right? Life, I love to actually connect how Disney actually correlates with life. Even in life, right, we always think that we have certain limit. There's certain boundaries that we cannot cross. Anything beyond that is impossible. But who is the one who really determines whether it's possible or not? Nobody but us, right? As humans, as magic, the magic is endless. It's just a matter of how we actually go beyond to really understand, or to really make things happen. All right, because dream doesn't come from dream doesn't come from nowhere. Dream comes from how big we want our dreams to be. All right, moving forward. knowing the business model, we want to look at the economic modes, right? So it's very systemic. For me, when I talk about company, I look at the business model first, then I look at the economy mode. What makes Disney so strong that even now in Disney, the trending is going downwards trend. But I'm so comfortable in Disney, right? Looking at the economic mode of Disney, you can look at it as a castle. Look at the castle, there's water around. It's very hard for invaders to come in because there's only one path and they can find that path anytime. Alright? So in terms of Disneyland, I look at it as a very intangible asset. Right? They are having these intellectual properties, their brands, their characters, that other people who wants to use their names, their branding, their their licensing, they have to pay Disney intellectual property fee. And over time, Disney has already built such a strong reputation that they're able to sell their merchandise branding at a premium as well. All right. That being said, there's a lot of theme parks, US, Hong Kong. Probably I'm not sure about how's the Hong Kong situation like, but in Tokyo, the theme parks are not ghost towns, right? How do I know? Because I just came back from Disney in May, and I didn't go to Disneyland or Disney in May, but I was there with my friends, my Tokyo friends, and we were talking about the business models or the businesses in Disney itself. Right? In Japan, it's still full house. It's very, very vibrant, the culture is still very vibrant over there. And all in all, Disney has built such a strong culture. All right, in a lot of children's life, or rather, it impacted me growing up as well. Moving forward, there's a lot of different shows and things that are actually very attractive to a lot of us. All right, talking about after we talk about economic mode, we talk about the risk. All right, so I know that a lot of people probably have some conceptions about Disney. All right, I wouldn't, as much as I want to actually engage you guys more on the chat, but on my part, I'm not able to see the chat. So let me just go ahead. If you've got any questions, do type in the chat. Probably Bowen can actually help to raise it up or stuff. All right. So now talking about risk, right? Okay, Disney. Disney has this very strategic partnership with artists, celebrities, medias, and even producers. And that being said, what is the latest news that we saw online? Even in Singapore, Malaysia, or any part of the world, we probably know, right? When you talk about artists, celebrities, medias, and producers, we already know that the Hollywood is on strike. So when Hollywood is on strike, there's a lot of issues that are not able to have proper script writers to actually write. They do not have celebrities to actually act. And that will actually negatively impact Disney's business. Am I concerned? Very simply, the answer is not really. Not really. Because as investors, we don't want to look at this particular point in time that, hey, Hollywood is on strike. Or Hollywood is on strike, Disney not doing well, Disney share drop, and then we don't buy, and then what? We wait for the stock market to go up, then we wait for the stock market to go up, and you want to enter and hey, we miss opportunity really. Is this something we want to do as investors? Maybe not. We want to be able to discern what is noise and what is reality. Right? The reality is this Disney's business model is pretty solid, has very good economic mode, and we all understand how Disney functions. All right? Noise is currently, yes, there's strike. Will that pass? Yes, that will pass. As long as a company is managed by good leadership, all right, even the lousiest company can grow, just a matter of time. But however, in other words, is if a very good company is managed by very, very lousy leaders, can this particular good company collapse? The answer is the same. Yes, it can. All right. So apart from looking at news to actually determine whether is it the time for us to enter, I'd rather say you want to actually be more objective, look at business model instead. Look at the economic mode, look at any potential risk that can affect the business model. All right, and then after that, what else? Bob Iger shift from building an empire to a Disney yacht sale. So for those of you guys who don't really know, but there's actually rumored that Bob Iger wants to sell a component of Disney, like a linear network, the TV assets lah. Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? All right. Probably for you guys, I would like to actually ask you guys, how many of you subscribe to, I mean, how many of you still watch television these days? Let me know. Let me know. How many of you still watch television these days? I personally, I don't. I've not watched, I've not on my television for a super long time already. I have no idea what's on television. And how many of you subscribe to additional channels like, I don't know, HBO, the additional like a human, not human, National Geographic and all these things? Maybe you do, but for me, these days we are at home, or rather, we have moved on from watching television per se, to actually watching something like probably on screen streaming. All right, Netflix, Disney Plus, etc. All right. That being said, is Disney Plus doing very very well? The latest news has shown you that the number of subscribers has reduced from last quarter. The last time was that was being reported. All right, about 40 million, if I'm not wrong. Is this a bad thing or is it a good thing? All right. Of course, when it comes to Disney Plus, having this news is a reality that the subscribers has reduced. But what does it say? It just says that number one, Disney Plus is not functioning as what the management is actually expecting it. Why? I've actually subscribed to Disney Plus myself. The movements, the number, the shows, it's much older. They are not able to move at fast. And number two, selling off the TV assets, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I personally would feel that it's very, very good if they sell off their Disney assets. All right, Disney assets is on a declining trend. Whether we like it or not, it's really on a declining trend. And now, if Bob Iger is wanting to look at streamlining the company, how to actually restructure the company to emphasize, to actually work on areas that gives them the most money at the fastest time, because COVID has really, really negatively impacted Disney a lot. All right, and this whole streamlining and restructuring will actually help Bob Iger to save up a lot of operating expenditures when it comes to the assets. All right. All right. So we look at this particular graph that I prepared earlier, comparing 2022 to 2023. Actually, everything pretty much has been improving. All right, except the linear networks. Why? As I mentioned just now, not many people watch all these networks. And if they are able to have the foresight to actually predict into the future, I would feel that it's very much a good structure that they can actually look at how do they actually want to restructure it. All right. And last but not least, talking about valuation. All right. Talking about valuation, I want to actually show you guys this guitar that I actually prepared earlier when I was looking into it. Let me see whether is this the one. Give me a minute. All right. For those of you guys who have not been investing, let me introduce you this particular website. All right. Jita. Right. Jita is the website that I personally have been using on it. So what this thing, I hope that you guys have knows how to use it. If you guys do not know how to use it, all the more you need to follow us, and we will teach you how to use Jita. All right. Very importantly. Because we are actually carrying out a work to really teach you how to invest. Like, what I particularly like is that they have actually kind of streamlined it to systematically show you what is most important on hand. All right. Of course, in the whole COVID situation, the earning per share is not doing very well for Disney for sure. But don't forget, although it's not doing very well, Disney is slowly picking up. Free cash flow as well, all right, it's still on a downward trend, but they will probably need time to pick up after being affected by COVID for a super long time, right? Return of equity as well. Currently, we stand at 3.4% on 2022. Not the best financial chart that you can actually see, all right? at least the network coverage ratio is 4.41%. That means they are still able to cover 4 times of their debts. All right. Net profit margin as well, at the latest, it stands at 3.8%. Right. Not this in terms of this valuation, is not the best valuation you can actually find. There are other companies that have better valuation. But what I want to actually emphasize on this investing in a public company is, we want to know what has happened, or what is the anomaly that has happened throughout this recent years. Has anything has already impacted the business model? How is the management doing? And from there, we can actually make a better decision as a investor to know whether this particular company is something that is worth the risk or not. All right. So for myself, I'm very much an investor. Bowen knows. Those of you guys actually follow me knows. I love to look at undervalued stocks, or stocks that is near the intrinsic value, that has very, 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 very strong fundamentals. All right. This particular company doesn't pay dividend for the past 3 years, probably because COVID has impacted their income negatively, and they want to actually be able to reinvest into the business. So I'm thankful. Honestly, I'm thankful that they are not paying out dividends. All right. And also, will I be worried that in moving forward, they are still not going to pay out dividends? It's no lah, because US withholding tax 30%, pay out dividends to us, to me. For what? I rather that they use the money to grow, let the consumers experience magic when they actually visit Disneyland. Right? So, and last but not least, I also want to actually show you guys some charts. Right? So you guys some charts, because I need to pull some support from you guys, right? So I need to show you guys some chart to say that, hey, Isabella got to do her homework. If not Bowen win already, then how? I absolutely no idea what Bowen has to share, or what is going to say later on, and I cannot wait to know what's saying. But before we go into that, at the end of this session, the penalty will be determined by you guys. So how many of you guys who wants to know what's my latest strategy with Disney? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. How many of you guys wants to know my latest strategy with Disney? If you want to know my latest strategy with Disney, say why. Type in a why. If you want to know my latest strategy with Disney. It's interesting, because why I'm going to share this with you, my latest strategy with Disney, is because recently I've done a lot of trade with Disney lah. Right? Recently I've done a lot of trade with Disney. So if you guys want to know what I've done with Disney, type in a why. And it's also saying that, hey, typing a why at the end of the day, after Bowen shared his piece and we are going to run the vote, that you guys are going to vote for me. Like yes, you're going to vote for me. Right? Like that. Typing a why. Sell put. Okay. Why? Like a why for yes, not WHY. Oh my. Okay, come. Let me go back to the chat. To the chart. All right. So looking at Disney, Disney has a very, very strong companies that I'm very, very sure that it's going to continue growing. Since 2021, when it reached the peak, it's on a declining trend. All right. What I want to actually share with you guys, emphasize to you guys, is anything that increases too fast, do expect a retracement. All right, it has to retrace, because the stock market never moves in a straight line. So on here, this particular part, they move super fast, and when they decline, they move super fast as well. All right, moving forward, I'm actually anticipating a bit of a consolidation or a breakdown from the downward trend. All right, so for me, my very, very first tranche of entry, I entered at the support. Why is this particular point so strong? It's because you see, for the past very, very long, since 2016, it's pretty much bounced off this support line. All right. So I did enter my first trend, this support. And of course, with a lot of negative news that are impacting up, that is coming up, right? How can I miss the opportunity to earn some pocket money, right? Some spare cash, some pocket money. So, like what some of you actually mentioned, I actually did a sell put recently. Yeah, I actually did a sell put recently to earn some pocket money lah. All right, and should it actually go beyond what I expected it to be? All right, it should it go beyond what I expected it to be? Am I okay for the sell put to be triggered and I buy 100 units of the stock? The clear answer is yes. I'm more than willing to actually invest in 100 units of stock, because it's a fundamentally good company. all right? And I'm buying at a valuation that is way beyond what is, all right? Will I continue to do dollar cost averaging when it goes down to my next support line, which is somewhere around here, right? I would lah, I would, all right? So this is my strategy of investing in Disney, and I hope that I give you guys more value and a lot of value of my personal insight and my conviction when it comes to Disney. All right. Last but not least, before I hand the mic back to Bowen for him to share his particular take, right? Can I share this particular website with you guys? This website is what Bowen actually shared before in the last sharing session, which I thought was very interesting, which I thought was really very, very interesting. So for those of you guys who are more into understanding what other people forecast, right, stealing in Bowen's idea, but it's a good website for you guys to actually look at. All right, the consensus, the analyst rating for Disney is so strong. All right, it's rated as a analyst consensus as a strong buy. All right, and of course at the end of it, right, you are looking at a forecasted EPS growth of 50% all the way to 100%. All right, in 2023, and probably moderate it back to what it used to be. All right, so in investing, you want to look at consistency rather than any sudden fluctuations. All right, so it's pretty interesting on how Disney is going to move forward. I cannot guarantee that Disney is going to fly to the moon, but one thing that I know is Disney is a very, very fundamentally strong company that has huge potential, and this is essentially not knowing what you are doing, right? For those of you guys who wants to consider entering Disney, please do have your own confidence and conviction level before entering, because I don't want any instances when you guys actually enter and the Disney and that particular day the stock actually goes down, you cannot sleep at night. All right, so always do your own due diligence when it comes to any kind of investing. All right, that's all that I have. Bowen, please take over the show.
All right. Wow. Everybody, let's type in CCC for Isabella. Okay. I'm glad that you actually cut off, at about, 20 over minutes time, because I realized that, okay, when you're talking, right, the votes that people are actually voting, right, it's not you, right? They're actually voting for me. So I scared that, if you drag longer, right, more people will come and vote for me. Just to let you know that right now I'm at 41 vote. You're at 22 vote. So yeah, everybody, please, I think if you really appreciate Isabella for the effort and also for stealing my idea, please vote for her. Okay, please really, really vote for her, because after I share, right, I think it's okay, it's going to be super, super interesting. Okay, so first of all, okay, I mean, Isabella do not know what stock that I'm going to share. Okay, so it's going to be really, really like a surprise. Okay, in case you are wondering why I wear my shades, is because just now they were asking, why Isabella wears glasses? Then I should also wear. So I took out my glasses. Anyway, now I'm going to share my screen. So make sure that y'all can actually see it as well. Oh no, are y'all able to see my window? Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, Isabella, you can go and pull some wood first while I pull my slide to the other tab.
Right, so while Bowen is actually putting his slide down, right, guys, don't forget to vote for me. Don't forget to vote for me, because handsome Bowen needs to show his 5 different ghost faces, right? Because handsome Bowen for once must show his handsome 5 faces also. Right. So don't forget to vote for me if you want to see Bowen with his faces lah. Chloe see Isa must sing and dance. Really want to see me sing and dance? Better not. I'm not sure whether you want to see that. Kel says how to vote. So at the end of this session, they will actually post the poll in the Telegram chat, the Telegram channel lah. From there, you guys can actually do the poll and let us know who is the winner. All right. Hey, thanks, Danny. Thank you so much for your support. Bowen, just now you wanted to minus some points off me, right, for being a bit slow on pulling the slides up. Hey, what about you, man?
Did I put a slide up? Okay, yeah. Don't worry. Just y'all just go and give Isabella more vote lah. Okay, because it's going to be very, very interesting. So make sure that y'all can actually see my slide. Okay, can you see my slide? Can you see it?
Still
Can I?
loading. Yeah, still
Huh?
loading. It's still
On my side,
loading.
it's
The
showing.
circle is still loading. Like or is it my
Oh,
network
it's
slow?
still. Can the rest see? What about?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
on my
can.
side, they
Oh,
can. It's your laptop lah. Okay, okay. Anyway, the company that I'm going to share, okay, it's also Disney. Okay, wow. So that's why I say, to be honest, guys, this one is unplanned one. We purposely don't want to tell each other what company we're going to share, so that it can be a surprise and we cannot actually like prepare beforehand, right? All the weapons, but who knows? Today is just so. I don't know whether it's lucky or unlucky, lah, but we actually are doing the same company. So, okay, for you guys, right? The good thing is, not going to repeat exactly what Isabella has just mentioned because she already talked a lot about economic mode, talk about the risk and everything. Okay, but I want to share with all of you is that what I am going to share with all of you, surprisingly, is actually going to be a different insights to what Isabella is sharing. So she's actually more of a supporter of Disney. Okay, so for me, I want to give everybody a more objective view. I think all of us are investor, we want to make our own due diligence. So today I just give you both side of the picture. Yes, okay, so this one, yeah, the hook is already gone already. Is Disney a communication stock? Okay, but of course I want to show everybody just now you mentioned only, I show them because I go to this ETF called the Vanguard Communication Service, and you can see Disney is actually the fourth largest holding, in fact the third lah. Okay, so that's why I thought you are going to do Meta, so I'm like so excited, but I didn't know that you will be doing Disney as well, but it's okay. Okay, so again, just to conclude, for those of you who didn't know, Disney is a conglomerate. It has a lot of business from entertainment to theme parks to even like streaming, like Disney Plus, even your merchandise or all the Mickey Mouse that you all buy, right? They all actually all make a lot of money from there. So you all understand already, right? How they make money. So very straightforward. So let's go dive into the numbers because number is the most important one. Okay, all the story, and all that, right? It can be very subjective, but number don't lie. So let's look at Disney revenue. So I do agree that Disney is a pretty amazing company. Over the last 10 years, revenue has been going up year on year, except for COVID. So for that, I really want to give it a round of applause. Like you can see, the Mickey Mouse also very, very happy. Except for COVID, it was down for 2 years, but right now revenue has came back up to 82 billion. That is really, really amazing. Okay, but before I continue, if you all look at the bottom of the screen, please don't forget to vote for Disney and vote for Bowen. Okay, so I always put my seeding at the bottom. Okay, but very importantly, you have to understand also why Disney is actually under a lot of spotlights because of this thing called the cost of revenue. That means after COVID, right, what happened is that they have to actually spend a lot more money. You can see the cost of revenue actually went up tremendously. As a result of this, Mickey Mouse is not very happy. Y'all can actually see that they actually went for a massive retrenchment exercise, okay, to actually reduce this. And even after they reduce, they can only reduce 5 billion. But even if I reduce that 5 billion, you can see that the cost is still going to be way higher than the previous year. So this is actually still something that is pretty critical. Okay, the costing of the employee. And in fact, if you look for Disney, you go and search, right? There are even employees complaining that their pay is too low. They are being underpaid. So I think you all make the decision, whether is this a company that is giving the employee benefit or not. But of course, we also have to be very, very realistic. Okay, I think these 7,000 people that they actually cut off, right? It is actually not a massive number. Okay, I think 7,000 to us seems like a lot, but they actually have 220,000 employed. So out of that is only 3%. So they are only cutting 3%, and they can save about 5 billion. So I do applaud the management for actually taking a drastic action. And this is actually by the current CEO, Mr. Bob, okay, for actually doing this as well. Now, very importantly, Mickey Mouse is very sad. Why? Because if you look at this, Mickey Mouse is not making money in 2020. 2021 make a bit of money, but still losing money. I mean, still not making as much as before. And 2022, even though just now we mentioned that the revenue is all-time high. Wow, revenue make a lot of revenue, but you can see the profit is only like half or less than half of the 2018 numbers. So up till now, What do you all think of Disney? Do you think Disney is a buy, B-U-Y, or do you think Disney is a good buy, D-Y-E? What do you think, D-U-Y or B-Y-E? Y'all decide. Y'all decide. Okay, don't worry. I will continue to share more insights. Let's look at the profit margin. I think Disney is an amazing business because they are able to actually charge a good pricing and still make good profit. Right. So you can see previously their margin was somewhere around 14%, 15%, which is pretty healthy for a business, with strong economic mode. And of course, 2020 was hit. Okay, so we give it chance. 2021, market, everything recover, everybody go back to the theme park. But then, if you look at the profit margin, it is still low. 2022, 2 years have passed. The margin is still at only 3.8%. Wow, so that got me thinking, okay, so even if I make more, but my profit is lower for the investor, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? To me, I'm a bit concerned. Now, I think we talk about this thing called valuation. So Isabella also used my favorite website, which is Stock Analysis. Oh, I also use, of course, because it's my favorite website. Okay, then of course, I managed to pull out this information based on PE ratio. Okay, PE ratio, you can see in the middle, is at 38. So right now, it's definitely overvalued. All right, used to be only like 21, 13, 16, 15. So we don't exclude the 2020 and the 2021. So give it a bit of chance. But if you look at the price to book, right, it actually in terms of book value, it is considered undervalued. So it really depends on what angle you are looking at. Are you looking at from an asset perspective, or are you looking it at an earnings perspective? So I do see that, from an earnings perspective, there might be a concern. This might be a huge concern, whether can they actually continue to make as much money as before. Now, but having said that, for people who would like to look at the earnings, right, then again, we look at some forecasts, okay, future projection. So only based on this forecast, only 2025, right, they will be making close to what they were making previously. You can see previously they were making pre-COVID 6.64 earnings per share. So analyst forecast, you need another 2 more years to actually make back that money. Okay, again, these are all forecasts. So let's assume that they are able to bring it to this 6.75 2 years later. Then, of course, if you buy now, that gives you a very, very decent PE of 12.8. But having said that, it means that this 2 year you have to tahan. Okay, so if you invest in other company for this 2 year, maybe you will make even more money. Okay, so again, the choice is yours. If you are looking at it on a longer perspective, I think definitely this Disney does have got a chance to create something magical. But if you're looking at something that wow, I want to make money faster, or I want to straight away see the growth in my portfolio, then maybe we can look at other companies. There's so many other companies out there. So question over here, will Disney continue to grow? This is the golden question that everybody asks. I share with you some interesting insights. So right now, Disney not only have theme park, they not only have Disney Plus, they also have cruise, okay, the Disney cruise. So if you look at these 5 cruise, right, okay, the Disney Wish on the right is the latest edition, okay, just launched, I think this year or last year, just launched last year. But very importantly, you all see a number over there, 2,004, 4,000. You all make a guess, what is this number? So maybe Isabella, do you know what is this number? Is it the ship plate, not car plate, the ship plate number of the ship? What do you think?
Is it this one?
How much money they make?
So,
Or how much they are charging?
How much they are charging? Could it be
How
that?
much they are charging? Okay, interesting. Obviously, that's not the correct answer because cannot straight on 4,000. Okay, yeah. So actually, that is the capacity That's the capacity of the ship itself. So you can see that last time the ship is smaller. Okay, but now everything become bigger, things also become more expensive. So the ship also can cater for more. So now it's 4,000. Right. So very interestingly, I want to share with you. Actually, coming out with, from what I heard, is 3 more ship, but I only can find information for 2. So I share with you all 2. The first one is Disney Treasure. This one forecast is next year is going to launch. Okay, so this one is another 4,000 packs. So similar ship as the Disney, Disney Wish, okay, as the latest one. So this is even newer, but it's also the same packs as 4,000. So this one haven't launched yet, still building. The more exciting one, okay, that one personally I'm very, very excited. Okay, is this one called unnamed. Okay, that means it's going to be launched in 2025. It's not named yet, so nobody know. Maybe they're going to name it after me. Okay, called Disney Bowen. Okay, I don't know. Okay, but very importantly, you can see the number, right, of these packs is going to be 6,000. So it's going to be the largest, okay, ship that Disney Cruise will actually own. Now, this is not exciting enough. What makes it even more exciting is this ship is going to be based in a small island called Singapore. So this is going to be station. So Singapore will be the main station for this particular ship. So this is going to be the largest Disney ship, and it's going to be here in 2025. Now, why Singapore so lucky? It's because the Singapore Tourism Board, okay, actually go and talk to them. Then, of course, I'm sure they pay them a lot of money for them to park the ship over here to boost tourism, etc. And the second reason is because this ship used to be, okay, from Genting. So Genting in the Hong Kong listed one, the Hong Kong listed Genting. So closed down already. So because closed down, then the ship built halfway. So this one, Disney came in and say, don't worry, I will help you to create some magic. Actually, they can buy it over and then they can continue to build it. So that's why I think I'm very excited. 2025, okay, let's go for a cruise together on this ship called Disney Bowen. Okay, if you guys are excited, can you type in DB for Disney Bowen? All right, next. Okay, so this one exciting. So again, everybody talk about Disney Plus. So is Disney Plus the future? Let me share with you. Unfortunately, y'all can see the decline, right? Based on the quarter four, it hit the highest point. Quarter one, 2023, I go down. Quarter two, 2023, go down even more. Then how? Okay. So again, right, people will tell me, Bowen, maybe this is the trend across all industry. Maybe the economy not doing well. People stop subscribing. All right, so let's take a look between the difference between Netflix versus Disney Plus. Y'all can see Netflix didn't go down. In fact, it went even higher, and it has one of the highest number of users, okay, over the last few quarters. So that really shows that Disney Plus, maybe the show are not so exciting. Okay, okay, then this Netflix, because I'm watching Netflix, so I'm a supporter of Netflix. That's why it's doing better and better. All right, so again, this is just a comparison between Disney Plus, and you can see the number that Netflix is at close to 240 billion, 2 billion, okay, 200 million, 240 million. You look at Disney, only 157, so it's still lesser, right? And already stuck, already like reached the maximum capacity. So this one really, they must work harder. So of course, the CEO, the new CEO, very smart. He said, "Don't worry, I'm here, I'm back. Okay, I'm going to make more money from Disney Plus. How am I going to do it? I'm going to have more ads. I'm going to create less content, and I'm going to charge you more money." So I want to ask all of you as consumer, how will you feel if this is what the CEO is doing? Okay, in my business not doing well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you all see more advertisement. I'm going to create less content. I'm going to charge you all more. Will you all be happy or sad? Happy or sad? Confirm, not very happy on, right? So more of you will go and jump from Disney Plus and go and watch Netflix. Okay, so good job, Mr. Bob. Okay, let me just continue. So we talk about the CEO. CEO back in action. So this gentleman went to retirement. Then of course, business not doing well. Okay, the successor, he say, hey, Mr. So and so, I think you are going to be my successor. You're going to be the CEO. And then after that, right? Say that. And now he say that, hey, actually, you're not doing a good job and things like that. Then he say, hey, you go down, you go away. I become the CEO back again. Yeah. So I think the biggest mistake that he make is he chose the wrong person. Okay. But other than that, I do respect this person because he has been running Disney for the longest period of time. And of course, he has been doing very, very well. So I think even when we look at the employee, the management, actually, they all prefer this gentleman to be back. But of course, he's not really that young. He's supposed to retire already. Then now he's back from retirement. So that is, of course, another key concern. But one thing I like about this gentleman is he say that we are going to focus more on creative. That means, right, okay, he say that the whole company do so well is because we have a lot of creative people. So that is where he say that I'm going to focus more on, the creation team. Basically, the people, the team that create all this new content and all that, right? He say that whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do. I'm not going to stop your creativity. because he said that if without creativity, you won't have Disney lah. So something that I really love that he's looking back at how Disney actually started instead of just looking at number. Yeah. So one thing I heard lah is that the CEO, the one that left, okay, the moment he became CEO, he charged people for the ride. When you go to Disneyland, you need to take the buggy, the ride, right? He get charge people for it lah. So yeah lah. Then as a result, people not happy. Then people don't go Disneyland. Then people go to what? I don't know. They go to another land. Okay. Neverland. Okay. But very importantly, I think he's back. He's here to make magic. So hopefully the magic will happen. Okay. And also the share price will continue to go even higher. So should I invest in Disney? I think this is the golden question. So for me, I think very simple. If your time horizon is long enough, if you believe in the magic of Disney, then of course, I think this is a long-term investment. Right, at the current price, like I said, if you forecast it based on 2 years later, buying now can be a good price. So again, you need to give it time lah. If you don't expect it to next month go up or 2 months later, 3 months later make you 100%, I don't think this is the stock lah. Okay, yeah. But if you want to actually look for more stable, more track record, and of course high growth company, right? Then maybe you can look elsewhere. I think the land is very big lah. Okay, don't need to be stuck at Disneyland. Okay, so that is my personal take. Okay, so with that, I think I can leave the studio. Just kidding. Okay, I'll pass it back to Isabella.
Right, guys. So the poll is already up on Telegram. Do head on to actually vote for us. For those of you guys who think that I'm going to sing, no lah, I'm not going to sing lah. There's no singing involved. The penalty is just some funny faces only. Five different funny faces. So there's no singing. There's no singing. So remember to vote for me. Yeah, because I went first. Yep. So yep. Currently, let me take a look at the votes. It's posted at the Next Level Academy official. So head on there to vote. We have 90 votes and 400 over views lah. So do let us know. Currently, Bowen, not bad. You are running the lead, 56%.
Oh, is it? Actually, I was quite worried. I thought just now when I saw, right, I'm like way ahead. Then suddenly, so it really shows that actually I should just talk less. The person that talk more, right? Then suddenly the vote get lesser and lesser. Hey guys, anyway, right, I think, or maybe y'all were too focused, right, on listening to me just now that y'all forget to vote. So right now, for you guys to actually go and vote. Maybe all the
Right.
people that already invest in Disney, they're like, hey, this Bowen, why how come so demoralizing? Hey, I don't like him. I go and vote for Isabella. Okay, anyway,
Right.
yeah, y'all must do the forfeit now. Okay, so shall we cut off in a 2 minutes time? We cut
Yeah,
off at 8:56.
Yeah. But Bowen, by the way, I heard that you have something interesting to share, right? Something new, some new adventure that you are venturing into these days.
Wow, how you know? I love a lot of new things. Okay, okay. Yeah. But so actually what I'm doing now is also very similar to Disney lah. Okay, in the way where Disney has got a lot of interesting character, right? Yeah. So recently I'm working on this new project, right? Okay, which is actually to create a personality test. Maybe I just share with everybody while they are still voting, right? Or I share with you a little bit. This one is actually behind the scene because we haven't officially opened up to everybody. Okay, but y'all can actually see over here. Can y'all see? Can see, right? Oh, I think need to put it up. Okay, wow. So you can see, right? The character looks like Disney character. Okay, so this is actually a personality test because we also realized that a lot of times, right? We when we talk to our worker, our co-worker, our friends, and all that, sometimes we get very angry because why? Actually, it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's because you don't know their character. They don't know your character. So I think very importantly, for all of us to be able to do well in anything, right? First, we have to understand what kind of character we are, what kind of personality. So that's why over here you can see this personality test, right? Inside, got a lot. I sign in very quickly to show you. Y'all don't go and see my password. Okay, anyway, cannot see password. Okay, so when you log in, right, y'all can see that. Well, first you get to know your strength. You get to know your areas of growth. You get to know exactly what motivates you, etc. So there's a lot. And more exciting, personally, I love the character. Okay, so you can see there's hero, there's magician, there's rebel, there's oracle. Wow, a lot of different character. But I think last but not least, what makes this thing so exciting is because you can see there's a point system. There's also a reward system. Okay, that means you can actually exchange your point for real items or even real money. So yeah, lor, if you are interested, right? Maybe I can share. Hey, should I share with them already?
Yeah.
Okay, I can share. I can share. I use your time a bit to share. Right. So for those of you, right, if you want to be part of this, okay, this one not officially out, but I think you guys are our, our fancy, and you all have been supporting us, right? Okay. So you all can actually go to this website called www.the l0.com. Okay, THEL0. Okay, literally the number zero .com. Then you all can just go and create a profile. Remember to log in, then you can have your character. And the best thing is this is free. Yes, thank you so much. Wow, y'all help me to put inside the l0.com. Wow, so talking about my exciting project, right? I think Isabella, actually, I heard that wow, you are going to be training, right, the Buffer Online School for this upcoming batch as well. So I think for the people, right, who have, not seen you for the longest time, well, I think they are really, really super lucky because, right, they see Chloe and this already. Well, this time round, okay, Chloe will still be here. Okay, don't worry. Okay, and together with Chloe, Isabella is also going to share. So if you don't mind, maybe can you give us a glimpse of what you are going to teach during this Buffer Online School, these 2 days, free training?
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. So we'll be carrying out this free training next weekend, 5th and 6th of August, to really actually systematically dissect on how to actually evaluate what constitutes to a good company or not. So, in instances, right, a lot of people got very traumatized with looking at the whole financial statement, trying their best to really understand what's the business model of a particular company. But in the upcoming training, we're really going to systematically show you using the Ask a Friend method to show you step by step. Step number one, what to do. Step number two, how do you evaluate the economy mode. Step number three, how to evaluate risk, like what I did just now for you guys. So it's going to be broken down in very foolproof, easy to follow method so that you guys are able to do it yourself. The ultimate aim for us is really very much on to empower you guys to do your own investing independently, because it's very, very important for all of us to actually capitalize in the stock market at when the stock market is actually moving towards a bull market, and for us to profit together. So this is a community that we created, and really, really very excited to be able to actually share more in detail with you guys when you guys are online live with us next weekend, me and Chloe that we can actually share more in details on the strategies, the method, and how we actually perceive the strategies involved, right? So very excitedly, we
Nice,
hope
nice.
that you guys can actually join us as well lah. Did I just clear the banner?
Oh yeah, I
I
think the
did.
balance is up here. Yeah, yeah. So definitely, okay, for anyone, if you have invest, right, okay, then also go and recap. If you have not invest, also go and learn. Okay, and the best thing is free. Okay, but the only thing to me very precious, right, is your time. Okay, and we want you to spend your 2 days, right, okay, by learning. Okay, I think the best way to actually spend your weekend is to actually go and learn more stuff. So very, very valuable for those of the people. Okay, for anyone, if you have attended the Buffer Online School before, right, maybe you can just type in BOS. Okay, if you think it's good, type BOS. Okay, really, really super, super amazing. Okay, I think the time, wow, I tried to give you a bit more time, okay, but then I just looked at the vote, right, and it seems like I am still on the higher side, okay. So Isabella, are you ready to do the forfeit or not?
Can lah, 说到要做到 right?
Right? Amazing. Okay, so I'm very steady one. Okay, because you lose lah, then you're going to do the forfeit, right? I'm also going to work very hard. I'm going to help to take screenshot. Yeah, so I'm going to take screenshot. So later on, I will say 3, 2, 1. Then you take the first post. Then 3, 2, 1 second post. Okay, total 5 posts only.
Oh,
Okay, are you ready?
it's been a very long time since I did any ghost space, but this is going to be interesting. Okay, can let me take off my specs first.
Why
I'm
you?
trying to rock the BOS teacher look, with the spectacles on, but then apparently still fail lah, huh?
Why you must take the spec? Take out the spec already look like no, just kidding. Okay, I never say anything. Okay, so are you ready? Ready,
Can,
yeah?
can, can, can.
Okay,
The
nice.
cute
Okay.
one, right? The cutesy one, right?
No, no, no. Must do all the ugly one. If it's
Oh
cute, not
god.
counted. Okay, 3, 2,
I'm born
1,
treat.
go. Okay, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Hey, I must screenshot. Okay, nice. Okay, I screenshot one already. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, steady lah. Wow, you really very steady. Okay,
Of course
next one.
lah.
3, 2, 1, go. Wow, oh, actually, still pretty lah, but okay lah. I skip. Okay,
3 already, right? Oh, this is tough. Getting
two more.
tougher already.
3, 2, 1, go. This one like nothing. Okay. Okay lah, I give you chance. Can. One last one. So give us the best lah. Give us the best, the most memorable one. People tonight will have nightmare those kind one.
You
Okay.
can dream of me.
Cannot lah, cannot. This one too nice already.
You can dream of me. Wow, what other ghost things, man? Wow, this one's tough. What I do? I dare do this.
Pull your face. Okay, ah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Wow, steady. Okay. Wow.
Hey, if I continue to be single, it's all your fault. Ah. You must be responsible already. Eh.
Okay. Let's do a promotion. So, okay, guys, can we all type in CCC for Isabella? Okay, for being so sporting and really just go and do the forfeit lah. Not like me lah. Okay, I'm not so sporty one. Okay, but anyway, just to do a shout out lah. Isabella is single and available. So for all the guys out there, if you are looking for a girlfriend, you can actually go to the link at the bottom. Okay, and sign up for our BOS because you will actually get to see Isabella over there. That's one of the co-trainer together with Chloe. All right, so guys, really go and grab the opportunity. If you are single, you have to click the link below. Okay, and go and sign up for
For
the
two
next.
food.
All right. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight. Okay, that's all for tonight. Okay, but I think maybe before we end, right? Okay, I just want to do a shout out that next week, right? Okay, we're going to invite Chloe back. Okay, and together with Chloe, we have a mystery guest. Okay, we have a mystery guest. So next week is going to be very, very exciting. So you all realize that we keep on changing the thing, right? So that you also don't know what to expect. In fact, I also don't know what to expect today. Okay, so next week, very exciting. We are going to get Chloe back here together with a mystery guest as well. So do remember to join us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharp. All right, with that, thank you so much, everybody. And we hope you all enjoyed today's session. Okay, see you guys. And remember, Isabella is single and available. Bye-bye.
Bye.